Hello and welcome to this week's Scriptcase video. My name is Jamie and I am your host. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the new notification system and how you can integrate it with your Scriptcase platform that you have developed. So let's dive in, shall we? So I have already created my project and I'm ready to go. So I have no applications created yet. This is a very fresh project. And now with the security and notifications and so forth, some things may change in how you will want to develop your platform. So let's start off. First of all, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create, first of all, a log module because it's part of security. And I'm just going to call that my log. And then that way, everything that is performed within the environment is then also tracked and logged within a table. So I will close to save that schema, close it again, and then I can click on New Application and start to create my applications. Now, before I do that, I will come back here to my Create Edit Log module and go back. And then by doing so, I come back here to my schemas, and then here I can create my application log. That will assign that here to my log schema, which I had just created, provide it a name, as well as indicate a folder for this log application, and say that we want to use security and provide the theme that you want to apply to this project, or to this application, should I say. And then we can go create. Now, with that application created, we will no longer get the new application window pop up all the time, and we can access here our root folder with the log already created. And let's come back here to modules, and this time to security. Now from here, we can then go ahead and generate our security module. So I will use a group security. I will choose my connection and create the tables, delete existing tables if they exist, which I think they do. And sometimes it may be good to protect those logged in users. That is, of course, your choice. I will select it and then go next. From here, we can then go ahead and customize our security module. Now, with the log available, I can select it here directly and already have that integrated within my security environment. We will create a security menu or a whole new menu for our platform and pretty much leave all of the rest of the settings as they are, or maybe not, because we already have a prefix or pre-used this prefix before. So in this case, I will just call, say, sec underscore, and then try to continue. Now, if it doesn't continue, then it could be that, again, you will have to change that prefix. So here with the login options, we can change here how the login should function, as well as the encryption, the passwords, the field length, and we can also choose to use a login template. So I'm going to choose to use one, and then go next to my email settings. Now here within my email settings, we can access our pre-stored APIs, or we can add here some SMTP settings for our default server. So I will click here the edit button, and I will enable here my sample SMTP API, and then return back to my security, refresh, and then I should be able to access here the API settings automatically without having to enter them into the platform. Now on the users page, I can leave all of these settings as they are or adjust them as I please, change maybe the default group name, and then continue to the next tab for the two-factor authentication. Now the 2FA authentication allows you to enable a feature that will then authenticate the user twice. So when they log in, it can send them an email message or an SMS message, which they then need to confirm and then enable or allow their access. We can then come here to the logged users option and make any kind of adjustments here that you want. Increase or decrease the lockout period as well as the retries on login. We have the insert data for the administrator, and you do want to customize these. Ideally, add your actual email address in here so that you receive the notifications from the system when needed. And then we can choose to add our applications, or maybe even to select the applications that we want to integrate into the security platform. Then from there, we just go generate. We have the choice to save the profile. In this case, I'm just going to go OK. The security environment will then be generated. Now, the reason why I'm generating security first is because the notifications module requires it. So then I will choose to here generate the source code, and then we are ready to actually integrate also the notifications. So in many cases, you may want to apply the security at the beginning or at the end of your development. The choice is of course yours, and then the notifications module will come after the security module. Now, the reason for this is because you have the user login as well as then possibly the group ID tied to the security environment. And for those to be available, you need to first generate them. So here I will return back to root, come back to modules and notifications. And as it is a new feature, we have the new symbol or label available to us. Clicking that, I can then create the notifications module. I choose the connection. Again, I will create the tables. I will leave the table prefix. And because I already have the tables there, I will delete them as they already exist. Now, the module type, here we can choose if we want the notifications only to be sent to a user or even to a user and group. So here, security module is pretty much the deciding factor. We have user security or group security. With group security selected, the default fields will be automatically applied. We can then go next, and then the notifications module will allow us to apply our own configurations. So here I will change this to notice, or nice, notice, because I already had the prefix previously, and the folder is then the notification folder. We have then the theme that is applied to the applications. Again, we can specify here the logging application, and then access here the email settings. Apply again here our SMTP API, which is pre-configured. For SMS, we can also apply an API here, and here we can use the clicker tile, for instance. And there I will enable that. Return back to notifications, refresh, and then I have the clicker tile API details available. I can customize the number of characters to limit per SMS message, and then specify to include these applications within the security so that users can access them. We can then go ahead and click on Generate the Notifications module. Now, right now we are forced to add a profile name, so I would just add profile and go OK. Then with the applications generated, we just need to generate the source code. And then with that, we confirm also that all of the applications are working, because during generation, the applications or generator is connecting to the database table and ensuring that it is able to generate the application in the first place. Okay, so let's go ahead and then run our project. And then from here, we can then choose here the sec login as our initial application. And we have that also indicated for the security module. We can then save that, and then the applications will be generated for us. We then have our login page. Now, right now, it might seem that there is a bit of a problem. So let's go and access here our security environment, scroll down, access here the sec login, and what we're going to do is change here the library that is available. So here within tools and external libraries, what I want to do is then use here the custom library that I have created, or should I say replicated, because it is just the samples library that is available in here, and then with some slight customizations, of course, once I find it. So where is it? It is here. So that I will say use library, scroll down and find it again. And we have that there now available. And if I scroll down, I'll save the project libraries, And now within the login page, where I can close that and then come back here and open it up again to refresh those libraries. And then let me come here to public. And then here we will have the library available for us, login and login 01. And I can preview that. There we go. And then I can just go ahead and run. And then we have our new login page. So from here, I can then just log in and then access the notification system that we have just generated. Now, I should note that the library that I have just added is in fact here the samples library. So here, just save that library as, and then you can customize it as you need, or as I have done also. Now with the notifications, we have here first of all the menu option already added, and they are all grouped. Here we have the notifications list. Here we have then the option to send notifications. We have also the notifications outbox, the tags defined by user. So users are able to define their own tags. And then we also have the preferences. Now it is important to note that some of these options may be for administrator. That is for you to decide, and that is then for you to adjust maybe within the security menu, because even the security menu is or has a default layout. Okay, so here, for instance, now if I come to send notifications and I will say sample notice, and this is my message to you all. Okay, and I will pin that to the top. Now here I will add a website. Here I will add https:// and scriptcase.jamie.com. And okay, so then I will send the notification, and that is then sent. So notice that then pops up for me, okay? And I also have that then notified up here on the icon. So now, if I, for instance, log back in again, I still have the notification there because I have not yet actually read it. So here I can then click on it. And now if I click on this notification, it will in fact open the website link that I had added. Okay, so clicking on it again, I have the option to view all notifications. And then here also the email icon, which is unclickable. It looks like it is, but it's in fact just the message here. We can close the message and then delete the notification. Okay, and then if I come here to the notifications list, the notice still pops up, but it is now in fact gone, okay, because I had just deleted it. Okay, so if I come and send another notice, okay, and here I can, for instance, choose to send it to a specific profile, because just now I sent it to everyone. So everyone within the environment would have received that pop-up message, as well as here the bell notification. So from here I can choose the profiles to which I want to send the notice. And of course I have no profiles, I just generated the platform. I have also the custom option, so I can choose the group that I want to send it to, a specific user that is available within the users list, and again, the previous options as we had, including the expiration option. So we can choose a time and date for when this message needs to be auto-deleted or die. We can then send our message again to all. And this time it's not pinned to the top, it is just a normal message. It does pop up here and it is notified here. If I come to the notifications list, we can see it here. Now here within the notifications list, we can click on the read icon, or the action bar read icon, should I say. As well as here on the right, we can add tags here to our notification. So here, for instance, I can say sample, and there's none found, and that will then open a whole new window, and then I can add new options in here. So then I will say sample. I'm sure you're still seeing that. Okay, save that. I'll close that window again. And here now I can choose the sample that is available. Save these default tags for messages by admin, or apply tags to messages already created. So let's do that and save. And that would apply that to all other messages that I would have there available. And notice the color is also white. And clicking it again will open up the view, as well as each of the options here. Clicking any of these will open up the details or view that we have for that. We can check that as unread, and that will then start to display back up here when we log back in again. We can delete our notice from here, as well as set it as important. So let me go ahead and set another message. And to everybody, hello. And again, I will send that to everyone. I'll pin that to the top this time, and I will say, well, I want that to die. Well, I can't set today. I'll have to set tomorrow. And the link, again, we'll just leave the link this time and send the notification. Now I should have 2 notifications here in my list. So let me open up the notifications list again. It should auto refresh, but I didn't want to wait. Now, within the notifications list, I should also mention that we also have the option here to view only unread messages, as well as important notifications. So if I click on that, it will only display me the notice that I have set as important and filter those for me, which is quite nice. Okay, all of that is built in directly into the grid application that is available here. We have then also the send notification, the notifications outbox. So here we can see all of the notifications that have been sent. And as I said previously, maybe this is one of the applications you would want to keep for the admin. Now here you can click on information, and it will provide you a history of that message. So how often was it read, by who, and so forth. You can copy the notice and then of course go ahead and send it again as well. So let's send the same message again. There we go. We just sent the same message multiple times, and we have now 2 sample notifications there. And all of them are displayed here within our notifications menu. We have a nice count there also. And of course we can go ahead and delete them if we wanted to from there, or maybe remove that feature for a user, because maybe you don't want users to be able to delete their notifications. That might be something. Okay, then we have here our tags. So we have the tag that we have added, and here I can change the color of that and then just save that, add more tags, as well as then the tags defined by user. So when I've added users into the environment, all of the users can also add their own tags. Now, do you remember that we have preferences here, and here we can specify whether email notifications and SMS notifications are actually sent for these notifications. Now, that is pretty much everything there is for the notifications module. Now, it is important for me to highlight the fact that this is a Scriptcase module or Scriptcase environment. And just like the security module, the notifications module has been generated for us within all of these applications. And we can open up any of these and see exactly how they work, how they were laid out, what functionalities they have, if they have any at all, because we're seeing this one for the profiles doesn't have any functionality other than just the insert, update, delete. But then we do have here the preferences maybe, as well as then the notifications and so forth. And then here we would have some events in here that we can then check out, maybe learn from, or even replicate and reuse within our own applications. So this is quite important for me to highlight, because this is then all pre-prepared for you so that you can then also create your own applications well, in an easy and functional way without having to stress too much or having to learn PHP or any other coding language, really. So you could actually just dive in there, create your platform, and off you go. And of course, if you're a little more serious, then I would highly advise checking out here the applications and seeing how they were developed and how you can also add here your own action bar buttons, as well as then configure them to perform the same actions within your own applications and so forth. Okay, so if you were within the live session, then you would have had the majority of that already, and you would have also seen a completely different environment that I had created, because we had generated, or I had already played around with the notifications, and I can tell you it does work very nicely. It is fully functional. You can already go ahead and apply that within your own Scriptcase projects. But again, it is important for me to highlight the fact that you do require the security module to be generated first, so that you can then generate the notifications on the security tables. Those fields, they are required. Okay, so if we go through the notifications module once more, and it will of course go ahead and specify the connection and everything, I will delete the tables and it will indicate those fields for me already. Now, if you do not have these fields, then you will want to add these fields into your tables so that they are matching nicely, or align them so that they do. For instance, here we have a groups table. Maybe you have a collections table, or whatever you have called that table. You will just need to have to specify that here and indicate your own fields for the notifications environment to work, just like you have to for the security environment. And from there, you have already a fully functioning notification system that you can build into any Scriptcase platform with a few clicks and, of course, a great deal of ease. So that is all for this week's Scriptcase video. Of course, do be sure to attend the live sessions, because there we tend to share a little more information, as well as previews and much more on what is upcoming in Scriptcase, what is being worked on, what is being improved, what and how, the big question, how to do certain things. We answer a lot of your questions there. So if you have any at all regarding Scriptcase, be sure to attend one of the live sessions. And otherwise, of course, you can always use the scriptcase.net support chat option, or even contact myself directly at one of my email addresses. There's plenty of them in all of the videos that we have here on Scriptcase, as well as over at Scriptcase by Jamie. And that is, of course, my own channel. Be sure to check that out also. So thanks very much for watching this week's Scriptcase video, and I hope you have enjoyed this latest update.